Weeks ago in our 40-foot boat tour video, we got on board the Catalina 425 and we were pleasantly surprised by how well Catalina does a 42-footer. Surprises like a line management pocket in the companionway floor, an anchor locker that you could live in behind a proud double roller. You could fit any oversized anchor you could ever want onto, and a plush interior with wood grain that all lines up, and well thought out access to everything you could ever have to work on. So how well does that translate when Catalina makes a 45-footer? This week we get on board the big sister, the Catalina 445. They first made this 445 in 2009, so she's not a new boat, but used models are going for around $300,000 for this 44.5-footer. That's about $100,000 more money than her nearest competitor, the very similar Beneteau Oceanis 46, which is almost 3 feet longer at 47.5 feet. Both the Catalina and the Beneteau weigh in at just over 23,000 pounds and come with two different keel options, the East Coast friendly 5-footer and the more Mediterranean 7-foot. So why is the Catalina fetching $100,000 more on the used market? Let's have a look. From the stern, the Catalina is a handsome sailboat with a wide swim platform and storage lockers and a very safe, tight walk-through transom leading to a twin helm with loads of space behind the wheels within easy reach of the primary electric winches, so helming and trimming the headsail can be done from one seat. A massive plotter located in the middle with gauges and some switchgear make access from either wheel fairly easy, but sitting here plotting the day's course for more than a few minutes might be slightly uncomfortable because it's low and in the middle of the aisle. The stern pulpit on this boat doesn't just protect you at the transom, but it also runs solid stainless steel tubing almost the full length of the cockpit, and note, even more stainless on the coach top in the form of grab handles outboard and flanking the companionway. And the big, gorgeous Dodger mounts to those grab bars, so even as the Dodger design and mount changes over the years, new holes won't be needed to be drilled in the coach top glasswork because it mounts to the rails. Stepping to the side, we note the very, very full-length jib tracks well inboard of the rail where they should be, with a double car system. And I want to take a second to talk about this Traveler. What an elegant design Catalina has done here. The main sheet starts at a pad eye and runs up to the boom, down to the Traveler and back to the boom, and then repeats for a 2-to-1 pull at the coach top. I trust that that's enough leverage over the mainsail because obviously it works, but it's so simple, it's elegant. And the Traveler, I'm not sure who designed this, but it's beautiful. Not just a Traveler, but all the line management is built into the bottom of it. It collects all the lead aft lines and feeds them right to the adjoining clutch system behind. Simple and extremely effective. Moving forward, we get inboard chain plates so the Genoa can run higher than the rail, which we like, and another track for the self-tacking jib in the same way, made by probably the same people. Very, very well executed. And just like her little sister, this 445 gets a massive anchor locker and proud stainless double roller you can fit any anchor you want on. Beneteau is not doing this. They're doing an integral roller with the bowsprit that limits the anchor choice, but Catalina gives you options, and we like options. We're treated to room up here for not just that self-tacking jib that this model's equipped with, but a spot for a light air sail as well. This boat was designed specifically for the cruising couple based on endless feedback that Catalina gets from owners, particularly owners of the Swiss Army knife of cruising boats, the Catalina 42 Mark II. Following in that boat's footsteps is not an easy task. The Selden rig on this boat comes at an ICW-friendly 63 feet with a sail area to displacement of 16.76, putting it at about the average category for performance, a little bit lower than that comparable Beneteau at 19.82, which is nearing high performance. This rings true in the Beneteau's PHRF of 93 to the Catalina's 103. The Beneteau is just a faster boat. Moving aft, we note the very lengthy coach top grab rails and again, exceptionally long, well-located jib tracks as we pass the furling mainsail, which has vertical battens. This cockpit table is a very nice touch, and despite the age of this boat, it's still a gorgeous centerpiece to the roomy cockpit. Headed inside, we're treated to a very plush and gorgeous interior, a beautiful veneer wood with teak trim, and top-level joinery as we've come to expect on these newer Catalinas. Starboard aft is the diagonal double berth for the guests in a fairly roomy cabin with its own access to the main head on board, which itself is about average in size. We get a dedicated nav desk with a comfortable place to sit amongst all the switchgear and well-located electronics. As we move forward, we come to the master stateroom with its queen berth and an electric mechanism to raise and lower the head of the bed for reading at night. An interesting touch and not something we see on boats all that often. It's nice in here. It's not luxurious or fine finish, but extremely functional. The masterhead is reasonable, albeit a bit tight in the shower, but it's all very functional nonetheless. Jabsco electric flush toilets and easy to keep clean plastic walls and floor pan. Headed back to the saloon, we note the wood grains all line up like Catalina likes to do, and we have that plush upholstery. And note the drop table in the middle to make yet another comfortable place to sleep on this boat should you have extra guests for the weekend. Everything in here is nicely done and well thought out for the cruising couple. We note high fiddles on every horizontal surface. Adding a little decor to brighten it up in here would be nice, but all very functional. The galley in this boat provides acres of countertop space around the double stainless sink with many places to hang on to and brace yourself if you're navigating this space well underway. And we get a proper isotherm fridge built into the cabinetry along with a top-loading deep freezer for storage. This thing is huge. Aft we get a storage or bunk room depending on what you need the extra room for. This was done because cruising couples, particularly on the 42 Mark II, specifically asked the designer for this room. More storage, a workshop / tool room, and emergency sleeping quarters in a pinch. And the designers at Catalina listened. They listen a lot. Another such suggestion from owners, easy access to the daily engine checklist items, and Catalina listened. This is awesome. Below the companionway, gone are the days of Catalina using universal diesels like they used to. And here we get an easy to get parts for Yanmar, all buttoned up with nice access panels all around for the dipstick and normal maintenance items. Catalina talks to its owners endlessly and makes changes to give them what they want, and it shows. Catalina, the effort is much appreciated. A gorgeous boat designed specifically at the cruising couple. So what of it from Beneteau, the direct competitor to our 445? The Oceanis 46 on deck feels a little bit more like a charter boat. Gone are the massive jib tracks and the loads of stainless handholds. Gone is the elegant traveler and all the little extras that make the Catalina so safe at sea. The Beneteau feels like it's just a much cheaper version of a sailboat than the Catalina, but that doesn't mean you won't want to look at the Beneteau anyway if you're shopping. What's on the inside may sway you back here. The Benny gives us the same plush and beautiful interior, but with more natural light and somehow more space. It's just a little bit nicer place to be. And the V-berth on the Benny is bigger, the bed's bigger, the space is wider and more spacious. And where Catalina made this V-berth the master cabin, Beneteau made it the piddly little second bedroom because Beneteau put the master bed in the back where it's less bouncy at anchor. And what a bedroom they made. The bed is also on an angle like Catalina, but it's massive with space all around for storage or laundry baskets or whatever else you might want to put here. This is a beautiful space and definitely a cabin fitting to be called a master stateroom. Storage everywhere and even a small desk with a stool to sit on. All things equal, the Catalina is a tougher sailboat, likely a better and more well thought out cruising boat. $100,000 more? I'm not sure. What do you think? Leave a comment below. We'd love to hear what you have to say. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up. It goes a long way to help us keep making videos. I'll see you guys next week.